Our answer. Frey was here long before you met. I knew you would come to your senses, Lavenza. Now, let us. Let us go. See, and then what is this that's happening to Frey? If I never see snow again, it'll be too soon. We should go somewhere warm, at least for a little while. Wait for me near the gates of judgment. When you are alone, call out, and I shall join you. That's supposed to be someplace warm? A moment later, Frey departs, though in what direction you cannot seem to recall. With the chat mode in Say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase which includes Frey to attract her attention. And this was at the gates of judgment, right? I'm sure there'll be like a little indicator out there. Yeah. I'm just saying, Frey, I'm here. Where are you? Wait, I know that voice. It's Lavenza Shark, the hero of the Scions. Allow me to say what an honor it is to meet you, madam. I mean, by the Fury, the woman who bested Shiva every night under Lord Drillamont's command knows the tale. I could go on, but, well, I'll just say it, if I may, madam. We need your help. We've a giant problem, madam. A band of them has taken to raiding caravans passing through Danafin Pass. We think they may be planning to expand their territory. Lord Drillamont wants them gone, but you know how it is. Too much work for too few hands. We need at least 24 knights to clear them out safely. But now that you're here, madam, we have nothing to fear. Aye, while we create a distraction, you can slip past and put their leader down. Without him, they're sure to cut and run. So will you help us, madam? We beg of you. We beg of you. Thank you so much, madam. We won't forget this. Pray accompany me to the pass, madam. We can discuss the finer details of our plan there. No, no more. Enough. It is interesting. I mean, essentially what this Dark Knight quest seems to be is dealing with kind of your own, what would you call it? Like, you know, it's like wanting to do the right thing. And the way I'm seeing it is it's like you want to do the right thing, but you're also kind of bitter at the fact that, like, people almost aren't letting you volunteer for it. They're like, I mean, they're begging you for it, but they also, it's that expectation. You know, they're expecting you to do it. You know, almost not even like giving you a choice. Because I know, from what I remember of the Stormblood portion of it, it's, I think, less that and it's more just dealing with all the things you've done. You know, and maybe the consequences thereof. Like, even though you're doing good things, kind of, the consequences aren't all positive. But again, I don't, because that's been like, 4 years ago. The leader should be somewhere in the tunnels, madam. Once you are in position, we'll launch our attack. If all goes to plan, you should only have to contend with the leader and his guards. May the Fury guide and protect us. Yeah, it's almost like dealing with the fact that people are starting to just treat you as a weapon, and not as a person. That is just like, oh, you can do it, so do it. Or at least will you do it? I mean, it's in this case, under the circumstance of playing at max level, it's like, I mean, I take 5 minutes out of my day. It's no biggie. I've thought about that, though. Sometimes I almost kind of feel sad for our character in how lonely it could be. Like, even with the scions and everything, like, how close are you really to those characters? And then, like, how much of a personal life do you have? It's always just going from one thing to the next, By the Fury, you really did it. And you made it look so easy. Yeah, just out-level it. As for us, there were some injuries, but nothing serious. It was starting to look rather grim, actually. But the moment he fell, they sounded the retreat. It was an honor to fight with you, madam. You really are everything the bards say. Truth be told, I've been following your deeds for some time now, ever since you first came to White Brim Front. Your martial prowess is widely known, of course, but what I found truly inspirational was your compassion for the common man. How you would risk your life without thought for fame or fortune. How the lowest among us could find a friend in you. Sir, sir! Is something wrong? It's Lord Drillamont, sir. He heard we were in the field with Lavenza and is demanding she come to White Brim Front at once. Demanding? What is the meaning of this? Certain allegations have been made, sir. It would seem that she was observed conversing with a corpse in the broom. Not that anyone would ever believe such slander, of course. Oh, wow. Surely there is no need for concern. I mean, conversing with a corpse? What fools do they take us for? I should warn you, madam, that some of these allegations were made by temple knights. You may be asked to surrender your weapon. Frey will not like that. So if Frey is you, then how are they already down? If you just arrived. Ha ha, surrender your weapon. After what happened in Ul'dah, they must be mad. Pay attention, Lavenza. This could be the greatest moment of our life. That is, if you could stop denying the truth that's been staring you in the face since the moment we met. Say my name. Say it. My real name. Our real name. Come now. You knew Frey was dead from the beginning, but you didn't care. You had a sword and a soul crystal, but what you wanted was a mentor. A mentor with the gifts and the knowledge. A Dark Knight who could guide you on the path. Who you could aspire to become. A woman who is free to say and do the things you would not. Even now you continue to deny it. Well, deny me all you want. You cannot deny what we have done. Have I not been good to you? Have I not given you everything I promised? Did I not help you to hear the whispers of our very soul? Open your eyes. Look. Do you see now? Do you see? Ooh. In the classic AF. Everything up to now has been your story. Oh, and with my name as well. So everything up to now has been your story. And everything after now will be mine. Embrace the abyss. Set yourself free. You cannot really kill me, you know. Oh, you'll try, but you'll fail. You may as well put the blade at your own neck. But where would that leave us, huh? Put yourself together, Lavenza. You are stronger than this. Oh, Lord Drillamon is here. Friends, really? This is a private affair, and you know it. Things are certainly coming to a head, aren't they? But carry on pretending otherwise, if it please. Do you have any idea how ridiculous you look, flailing about like a wild beast in a battle against yourself? A house divided cannot stand, Lavenza. So it's known as a steam now. What's that all about? It would seem I underestimated myself, but no matter. They have borne witness to the darkness within us, to what lies beneath the mask. Lavenza, listen to us. We will never forsake you, no matter what. We know who you are, Lavenza. We know. And so do you. A fantastic display of willful ignorance. Wipe the slate clean. Forgive and forget. Convince yourselves that she can be controlled. The warrior of light. Our weapon of light. It isn't too late, Lavenza. We can still be free. Lavenza? So this is your answer. Listen to my voice. Listen to our heartbeat. Listen. If this is how it must be, then so be it. But know that when you tire of this charade, I shall be here, waiting to take the reins. You need only ask. So I wonder, I think the implication is that nobody else actually sees Frey or the dark version of you or Steam or whatever, and it's just you. But then in that last part, like, what is everybody seeing? I know Esteem was saying that, like, you look ridiculous, like, fighting with yourself or whatever. So I can only assume you're basically just swinging a sword at nothing. But then other people were getting involved in, like, attacking. Was it just you summoning those, like, dark sprites or whatever? Or did that darkness in you actually manifest and other people could see it? I don't know. Praise Helone, you're all right, madam. For a moment we feared we'd lost you forever. Lord Drillamont made it clear that we will speak no more of what happened. Not that he had to ask, mind. As for you, friend, I am told he will be interred with full rites. May his soul rest in peace. Are you certain you are all right, madam? You seem a little... Never mind. Fare you well. You subdue your dark side, for now. And that is the end of part 1. So let us Disciple of War job quests. Let's see if we can make a little bit more sense of what happened. So our answer, the wages of mercy, is what's coming up. Okay, justice has been done this day as another trial by combat has concluded. According to one spectator, it was a fight for the ages, as the accursed wielded a massive sword and worked his dark arts against his foe. In the end, however, he was no match for his opponent, who ran him through to a chorus of cheers. Seeing no need to afford the man a proper burial, the temple knights mean to dispose of the corpse by leaving it in the broom. Intrigued by the spectator's account, you consider seeking out the knights and see this quote-unquote demon for yourself. Kneeling before the body, you spy a crystal and reach out to claim it. All at once, your body trembles, and a strangely familiar voice echoes in your ears. You collapse, and when you open your eyes, you find the woman standing before you, hale and hearty. She calls herself Frey, and it would seem that reports of her death were greatly exaggerated. She is intrigued when you tell her of the voice you heard, but before you can continue, a cry from the streets below draws your attention. You turn to leave, but Frey bars your path and insists that you discuss the quote-unquote changes you are undergoing due to touching her crystal. The freedom to follow your heart, to defend the weak and punish the guilty as you see fit. This is the way of the Dark Knight, and Frey offers to teach you. You need only accept her guidance. Okay, that just seems on point with what happened. Frey speaks to you of the first Dark Knight, a goodly knight who sacrificed all in order to bring an untouchable man to justice. Too many fear the consequences such actions will bring, and innocents suffer for our indecision, she says. Consider her words as you seek out the source of the earlier scream. You come upon an old woman who beseeches you to save her granddaughter, a spirited young woman who was seized by temple knights after an altercation. It soon becomes clear that she is not the first girl to have been taken under such circumstances, and that temple knights' intentions are anything but honorable. Frey observes that the girl might survive the ordeal, but she knows full well that you would rather punish the knights for their crimes. The decision is made. Make your plans with Frey. Frey surmises that the temple knights will take the girl to the supreme sacred tribunal of Helone Inquisition doctrine. She bids you follow her to the pillars and discuss your next course of action there. Fear, pain, rage, these dark emotions make for a potent fuel, Frey tells you. Should things turn violent, you may need to draw upon this darkness to strike down your enemies. Prepare for the worst and search the pillars for the temple knights. Oh, how they screamed when you came for them. How their cries of anger turned to fear. How you bathed in the flames of your hatred to bring them to justice. Frey's words were music in your ears as they echoed in the tribunal, as you promised them a reckoning should they dare speak of this day again. Yeah, here it notes that you promised them a reckoning. As you tend to the girl afterwards, you ask if she recalls what it was that screamed your name when she was taken. She tells you, however, that only her grandmother cried out. Thanking you a final time, she hurried back towards the broom, leaving you alone with Frey. So as you tend to the girl afterwards, you ask if she recalls what it was that screamed your name when she was taken. So that's what that piece of dialogue was all about. It's still kind of an enigma to me. I mean, I guess it's just you heard yourself cry your own name, but I don't even remember dialogue of somebody crying your name. Anyway, you have done well, Frey tells you. Far better than she could have hoped. But the risks will only increase as you walk further along the path. Trust in me, she asks, and you want to. You know what you need to, or you know that you need to, and that when the time is right, she will be waiting for you where you first met. The voice, some say, is a beacon guiding the dark night to her true calling. As you grow more accustomed to drawing upon your dark side, you will come to hear the voice more clearly. Such are Frey's words to you when you ask her of the voice. Communion will hasten this process. She continues, but it cannot be conducted in Ishgard. Journey with Frey to Little Alamigo in southern Thanlin. I want you to kill something for me, Frey asks. Something fearsome which will push you to your limits. She wants to watch you thrive in that moment, and you want to show her. Gundabald should know of a suitable creature. It saddens you to see how weak and complacent Gundabald has grown, and how his cowardice has spread amongst his people. They fear to tread near the layers of mere pice, but you do not. At least he furnished you with all goat meat for bait. Frey stands apart, waiting for you to show her who you are. Find a suitable location for the bait. You feel her eyes upon you, expectant, hungry, like yours. Where are those goddamn pice? A dead pice lies at your feet, and you feel alive. Somehow you know Frey is smiling. You met out justice. Two met out justice. One must be strong. Hello, MMO Bite. We just finished up the level 30 to 50 Dark Knight quests. And everybody always recommends reading the journal entries, so I'm doing that now. Okay, to met out justice, one must be strong. A simple truth, which you already knew, of course. You are ready for communion, but it will not be conducted here. South of Little Alamigo, Frey is waiting for you there. Frey bids you approach and begin the rite of communion. Close your eyes and hold out your hand. Breathe deep through your nose. Let the air fill your lungs. Then let it pass from your lips. Slower, slower. In the abyss, a wanderer's voice sings to you, forever moving without rest or respite. Though its meaning yet eludes you, Frey tells you not to be discouraged, further adding that it might belong to an individual whom you are fated to seek out. If so, none can say how long it might take to find them, but the mere thought of the journey stirs something within you. Frey knows you have not heard the voice in some time, and so she hopes to help you as she did before. Join her in Eastern Thanlin and prepare for communion. A lot of hype in chat. People like to watch me read, I guess. Oh, wow. Is raiding with a party of 131. Yeah, I didn't. I saw a bunch of stuff going, and I was just like, well, thank you all for coming. And thank you for following those that have. Okay, so where was I? It begins as always with an offering of blood. Sneak out and slay axe beats. Frey is watching. Something is lacking, but you cannot say what. Well, it is done. Perhaps Frey will be satisfied. A flicker of annoyance spasms across your face. How pointless, you think. And Frey smiles, for she knows your heart. Remember this feeling, treasure it. It will serve you well in your next communion in Camp Drybone. How dare Isambard interrupt our communion, as if pilgrims have not been kidnapped before? Yet he and you are again, yet here you are again, forced to risk life and limb to rescue fools who should have armed themselves, all because there is no one else. So be it. Raid the Amalja encampment and rescue the prisoners. Well, thank you, those that came. Yeah, this is nuts. It's interesting the kind of like it's giving you kind of the inner thoughts of your character. And I think this was perfect timing, coming out with the Dark Knight and having its story be like this after A Realm Reborn. Um like I said in the previous stream when I finished A Realm Reborn, like it didn't feel like a slog to me. I never really felt like I don't know. It just like I really enjoyed it. And again, a lot of it I think comes because again, like I have the context of somebody who's been through the story, so I kind of knew a little bit of what to expect. Again, I forgot a lot of it, um, but I know a lot of people are just like, oh my god, like just filler after filler. Like, why are you having me do this crap? And it's really cool that they kind of acknowledge it with the Dark Knight story, at least this portion of it. Um, yeah, it's really cool, and I understand why there are a lot of people because I've read, like on Reddit and stuff, where people ask like, what do you think the kind of canon job is for the Warrior of Light, and I can totally see why Dark Knight would be considered that. It seems to be, I guess you call more meta than the other jobs. So where did I leave off? Fortunately, Amalja are far better sport than Paista, and the beastmen were happy to keep coming, howling with rage for their fallen kin. No matter how many you slew, Frey's chuckling is infectious, and you find yourself sharing her grin. Frey suggests you refrain from cleaning the blood from your equipment. Let Isambard see what you accomplished firsthand. Isambard's eyes wander to the bloodstains, only to flee a moment later. You can hear the fear in his voice as he thanks you for saving the pilgrims. Frey ought to find that amusing. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like I had noted, like you can see or read the like hesitation when people were talking to you. I'm wondering, like, I'm actually kind of glad that I waited until I completed the quest to actually read these journal entries. But I wonder how it would have been. I guess all it would have done was confirm, because I was sitting there the whole time going like, I think I remember it was like this, that like Frey is not really there and this is like a whole Fight Club type of thing, but I wasn't sure. I didn't remember completely. If I had actually read this stuff, I would have been more sure of it, but I guess it was kind of cool, kind of questioning myself as I went through it. Um, Those who have never known true sacrifice quake at the sight of it. You know this because Frey knows this. Extend your hand and prepare for communion. Serve, save, slave, slay. The voice drones on, each word resounding in your heart as the tapping of hammer and chisel. Sacrifice is to renounce that which binds you, Frey says, to recognize that which matters and forsake all that does not. Serve, save, slave, slay. Frey knows you cannot continue to carry all these burdens. Heed her warning before it is too late. The voice is waiting to be heard, yet you cannot seem to grasp it on your own. Though disappointed, Frey will help you to understand its intent. Only communion will suffice. Morby Dry Docks will be where you conduct the rites next. Where do these people come from, these helpless, hopeless weaklings who see fit to beg the assistance of every passing adventurer? And now comes another, beseeching the warrior of light to recover some stolen chest or crate of only the gods know what. The merchant claims the Kikern bandits and their leader will prove worthy prey, but we have been disappointed before. All around you lay the remains of Kikern, hacked to pieces, some beyond recognition. Chest heaving with exertion, you gaze at the blood-stained sword in your hands, uncertain how long you have held it. The pounding in your head intensifies, and you blink back the pain. Frey, where is Frey? Frey looks how you feel, utterly spent and in need of a rest. Finish it, she says. Finish what we started. Madness, utter madness. That spineless sack of shite actually demanded compensation for his property. The nerve of these people. After all we do for them. But Frey was not about to let that pass. Oh no. It was a thing of glory. Frey giving voice to our feelings, our words tumbling from Frey's mouth. But why did she have to leave? Where could she have gone? Frey fears for us. She knows we cannot go on like this. The voice. We must hearken to the voice. Frey is right, of course. Frey has always been right. Only when we have renounced everything only once we renounce everything are we free to do anything. We can leave it behind, all of it. The Scions, the Alliance, even Heidelin. All we have to do is ask, and she shall set us free. Yeah, I mean, if you actually read this stuff, it makes apparent what is going on. Frey knows what is best for us, and we will do as she asks. We will wait for her outside the gates of judgment and say her name, as she will know we are here. A pair of knights hailing from Whitebrim Front overhear your summons and recognize you as the warrior of light, seizing the opportunity to exploit the good nature of the fool who could not wait for her comrade and put this nonsense behind her forever. The knights convince you to help them deal with a band of giants. Head to Danifin Pass and get it over with. While your courageous new friends distract the dross, you seek out and slay the leader. What a brilliant plan, nothing like the countless other times we slew someone else's enemies. You killed them. Well done. Can we go now? Serve, save, slave, slay. You struggle to hear the words of the knights over the pounding in your head. It would seem that Lord Drillamont has summoned you to Whitebrim Front to discuss allegations which have been made against you, including the rather disturbing charge that you were observed conversing with a corpse. Nothing for it then. Journey to Whitebrim Front and kill them all. Holy, wow. Okay, darkness dwells within us all, but few are forced to confront it as you are. One moment Frey stands before you, and in the next, it is your twin. As you wrestle for control with your dark side, the voices of Whitebrim Front cry out to you in support, even as your own voice belittles your struggle. And then, as quickly as it began, it ends. Your soul is in your keeping once more. By Lord Drillamont's command, none will speak of what they saw, a gesture you find more comforting with every passing moment. Even after regaining your faculties, your memories of Frey are still muddled, and though your dark side has been subdued, it remains your constant companion, yearning to be free, yearning to set you free. You need only ask. So that still doesn't really answer the question of, did anything ever manifest out of the darkness that anybody else saw? Or was it just all, like, was it again just the Fight Club thing, the Tyler Durden thing? where everybody just saw you doing all that, and particularly in White Brim, like where you literally just swinging, in the air or whatever, swinging at the air, and people are just like, okay, she's going crazy. And then suddenly you like come across composed, and they're like, are we good now? I don't know. But that was definitely some crazy stuff. Hey, all. Tonight was an amazing night of streaming. We did some Heavensward, and we got the 30 to 40 range of Dark Knight Quest done, which was absolutely amazing. It was also my first raid, so a whole bunch of people jumped in the channel, and that was awesome. Uh, Hope it happens again. I need viewers. Uh, but yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, uh, like, comment, and subscribe. And please come and join me over on Twitch. Having a blast. The link to that is in the description down below. Again, thank you and have a great one.